There used to be a time when I used to say, but a fit person is always healthy. Every healthy person is not fit, but a fit person is always healthy. But then I found people with health issues having taken their fitness so far that they were capable of doing things that other people with no health issues could not do. They could do only because the fitness levels were very high. So you could have health issues and yet improve your fitness levels. So what is health and what is fitness? Health, first let me define two terms. Physiology, have you got this term? Yeah, it's some science which medical students learn about. It's a very important science for medical students. And physiology stands for normal functioning of the body. What is it? Normal functioning of the body. Physiology teaches us the cardiovascular system works in this way. The endocrine system works in this way. Under normal circumstances, when everything is working fine, the body behaves like this. That is physiology. What do doctors look into? What do doctors look into? What are they concerned with when things are not going right for the body? Right? When things are moving abnormally for the body. Physiology is normal functioning, an extremely important science for doctors. But doctors deal with what? Abnormal functioning. Nobody with normal functioning goes to doctor. Only when things start functioning abnormally do people go to doctor. So, normal functioning of the body, which is physiology, why is it so important? Because you cannot understand abnormal functioning unless you understand normal functioning. You will not know something is abnormal unless and until what is normal is defined for you. So understanding normal is extremely crucial to understand what is abnormal. The antithesis of physiology is pathology, and that is what doctors deal with. But to understand pathology is abnormal functioning. But to understand pathology, or what you call as illness, is a pathology. An injury is a pathology. An infection is a pathology. So what you understand as an illness or an injury, okay, is called as pathology, and health is defined as absence of pathologies. That is what it is defined as. You know what I'm saying? That means there is nothing wrong with your bodies. What if you go to path labs, pathology labs? Why do you call it pathology labs? Because these laboratories, they assess all the bodily fluids, okay, and do what? Find out what could be abnormal in the body. So when you have a pathology laboratory report, you've got three columns. You've got the upper and lower ranges of what is called as normal, which is the physiological values, and you've got your own values. I told you, you cannot understand pathology unless and you understand physiology. So if you were to put a hand on the normal values, would you understand what the normal values are? Or whether the values are normal or not? Only after you see what is normal, do you realize whether your value is abnormal or normal. So let's assume that you go through a path lab test. Okay, and this is where, you say, I understand where you're coming from. So doctors, I understand where you're coming from. And doctors need to understand where we are coming from as fitness professionals. We see things a little differently. A doctor sometimes confuses health and fitness. Now what's happening is that to find a 45-year-old nowadays without any pathologies or without some values going out of range is just so rare that when somebody finds a 45-year-old with absolutely fantastic reports through and through, clean chick, completely healthy, the doctor says, wow, you're really fit, man. So he uses the word fit. And that's a misnomer. To understand whether the person is fit or not, you have to look at his performance. You have to agree, does Goa have a marathon? Goa has a marathon? How many? 42? 21? All? Half marathon. To even walk 21 kilometers continuously is a feat by itself. Okay, which only a reasonably fit person can do. If you're healthy, can you walk 21 kilometers immediately tomorrow if you've never done it before? That's performance. Can you jog for 7 kilometers continuously? No. But you're extremely healthy. Absence of illness does not mean that you will be able to perform better. You get it? Peak performance, improving performance. That is an aspect of fitness. There is no such thing as healthier. There is only healthy. Once everything is normal, you are healthy. There can't be anything about that. You can't be healthier than healthy. But there is always fitter. You can be as fit as possible, but there is always fitter. There is no ceiling for fitness. It's a constant endeavor. You all know who Usain Bolt is? Usain Bolt? Who's he? See, yeah, exactly. Now, these are all very insulting terms for me. I was expecting that. Sprinter. You all know his sprinter. He's the fastest man on earth ever. 9.6 seconds. Going at speeds of around 45 kilometers per hour. Can you imagine these two guys taking a person at 45 kilometers per hour? A classic Honda scooter can go 45 kilometers per hour. It's like having a motor. This man is obviously extremely fit because he can prepare his body based only on the strength of his legs to a speed which only automobiles can achieve. He's at 45 kilometers per hour on a track. Look at the rate of acceleration that he can get out of his body. Okay? You meet this man in a gym. Why do people go to gyms? Why do people go to gyms? To lose weight. Shouldn't be going to lose weight. People should be going to gyms to do what? To improve their performance, to become fitter. So you meet Usain Bolt in the gym. What is he doing? He's obviously one of the fittest people on this planet. So what is he doing in the gym? Doing his level best to become fitter. So there is no limit, there is no ceiling to fitness. I was talking about aging. We are not just fitness professionals, we are also anti-aging experts. Okay? Fitness and anti-aging is one and the same thing. There is chronological age and there is biological age. Chronological age is only a number. So after you're born, 7 years hence, you're 7 years old. 3 years hence, you're 10 years old. Another 5 years, you're 15 years. Another 20 years, you're 35. It's just a number that keeps on increasing. Biological age is what actually defines your age. Now this fitness, whether you're fit or not, can be very well and easily defined by these two figures, the chronological age and the biological age. So let's assume that your chronological age is 40. The people who meet you swear that you must be in the late 20s. So you are actually 40, and they peg you to be 27, 28. Then you are fit. Most probably, 90%, you are extremely fit, which is why at 40, you look like you're 26 and 27. You're 40, chronological age. When people meet you, they estimate you to be around 55, which happens a lot. As a fitness counselor, the one thing I've learned to do over a period of time is have a control over my expressions of the face. Because there are so many shocking things that come across the table. So you're sitting there, everybody makes a mental estimation of age. The moment you meet a new person, your mind's already working towards probably I'm talking to a guy who's 30 years old, I'm talking to a guy who's 40 years old, 50 years old. You're automatically doing that. So sometimes the person comes and sits across the table, and before starting my counseling, obviously I start taking history down. So I peg the person at probably 40, okay, and the person says age 25. And that has happened a lot. And that seems to be happening a lot more with women than with men. Anybody here who's actually following a fitness lifestyle, fitness lifestyle is about working out right and about eating right. If you're following a fitness lifestyle for many years, okay, if you all really want to see what difference that fitness lifestyle has made, you all should never miss school reunions and college reunions. Because it's always a very, very a moment of revelation, so to speak. When you suddenly enter the room which is supposed to be the reunion, you say, you know, this looks like my father's room. Go out. Suddenly you realize, sorry, wasn't that guy? Hurry up. And there are very few who actually have preserved the way we are. Of course, we all have our excuses. Women always have the excuse of pregnancy, delivery. I completely agree. As a man, I would completely agree, and I would ask other men also to understand that pregnancy, delivery is extremely stressful on a woman's body. But of course, nature has provided and seen to it that a woman's body is equipped to handle it. Still, it takes a toll on the body. But the kind of toll that it takes on the body is definitely not what it's made out to be. The fully grown 6-pound fetus cannot basically add 60 pounds to your body weight. Your entire metabolism goes through, hormones change, lots of things happen, but we use that as a crutch. In this audience itself, there are many of you women. How many women here? Just raise your hands. Out of all of you women, there might be a few who have already accepted the fact that they have gained weight because of polycystic ovaries. Correct? And they'll say that's the reason why I'm overweight. Polycystic ovaries is again a civilization illness. It is basically a pandemic. Every second move you need seems to be having PCOS. PCOS causes insulin resistance, which all of you all I hope know is a kind form of diabetes, where the body produces insulin, but insulin misbehaves. Insulin resistance causes obesity, or obesity causes insulin resistance. If you ask science, they don't know the answer. Obesity will cause insulin resistance. Insulin resistance on top causes obesity. But one thing is for sure, polycystic ovaries causes insulin resistance. Insulin resistance causes obesity. Obesity by itself can cause polycystic ovaries. It's a metabolic syndrome. It's a vicious cycle you can't get out of. But all of these illnesses have happened. All of these things have become pandemic. Are seen more and more. Like for instance, diabetes for that matter. I want you all to be very ready. Here I'm talking about health too. But sometimes what is good for fitness is also extremely good for health. Okay? Diabetes is coming in the way of everybody. India is the capital of diabetes. Statistics stands at a very scary 1 out of 3 Indians. Now, even in diabetes, we have a crutch. It's there in my family. Now, 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3 means it is there in every goddamn family now. I, for that matter, do not subscribe, yes. It's there in my family. Hence, what should I do? Be extra careful. Correct? And I don't do that. I instead go berserk. And then when I get diabetes, I say it's there in my family. Diabetes is completely and totally related to our traditional Indian diet. The reason why, just 10 years ago when I used to lecture, the statistic I clearly remember 10 years back was 5 out of 1. 1 out of 5. And within these 10 years, 1 out of 5 has gone to 1 out of 3. And this is where I need you to ask yourselves. Awareness is increased. Fitness is everywhere. It's all pervasive. There is not a single avenue in which fitness is not pervaded. If you really want to see the all pervasiveness of fitness, or you want to see the influence of fitness, you will get to see it in marketing. There is nothing you can market today unless you give it the fitness angle. True or no? Check out all the ads. They will constantly keep on talking about health and fitness, no matter how unhealthy the products are. Slowly and steadily, advertising regulation is coming in. They are waking up to the fact that this is becoming really ridiculous. We've got our celebrities. The so-called celebrities who are supposed to be the brand ambassadors for fitness. So you've got Bipasha Basu telling the nation that complete breakfast is the one in which you have Tropicana juice. That's the complete breakfast. You don't need anything else. You don't have time, you have Tropicana juice. This is an outright lie. It is as bad as having an ad that tells you smoking is great for your lungs. It is as bad. I know that ads never will come, but to call that a complete breakfast, to call that a great kickstart for the day, is as bad as that. But smoking, socially known as evil. Fruit juice, not known as evil, because when you're in hospital, what does the dietitian give you? Fruit juice. Below every hospital, who do you